Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Shinsou ex-listener. If you're in live chat, be respectful to the moderators, and let's go ahead and get into it. Hitoshi first noticed you when you started hanging out around the bushes and alleys by his house, picking up trash and chattering quietly to some small figures he couldn't see. You were always leaving things out of sight, hiding them under trash cans or deep inside thistle, rocking back on your heels after a job well done. Before that, you'd brought him a coffee once after he lost the sports festival, but it hadn't meant much to him then. Now though, he always saw you at the same time nearly every day, right when he got home from school. It gave him the opportunity to observe you from his doorstep, far enough to keep you from getting alarmed, but close enough to see what you were doing. Unless you were in the alley, of course, then he'd have to go inside. But he figured it was creepy that he was watching you in the first place, and peeking out at you from his window would make it worse. You were in his alley today, a little earlier than usual, even. Hitoshi slumped up the sidewalk to his place, feet dragging across the concrete the same way they dragged across everything. He almost missed you. He would have, were it not for you murmuring something quietly while a chunky orange tabby pressed itself aggressively against your hand and meowed loudly enough for him to hear it down the block. His eyebrows quirked up, and he couldn't stop the small O from leaving his lips. There were cats around his house the entire time, and he didn't even know. "Is it yours?" Hitoshi asked, though he already suspected it was a stray. It looked grimy enough to be one. "Oh," he startled, sending the kitty padding back further into the alley with a loud meow. "Oh, no," you gave him a sheepish smile. "He is just a little stray I see around here. I'm sorry for bothering you." Standing, you gave a slight bow. His eyebrow quirked again. He could hardly call the guy little. Hitoshi decided to cut to the chase. "Can I pet it?" Suddenly, you pulled a sour expression when the cat meowed at you, and you replied, "No, just come here, kitty." The cat didn't move, just stared at you with wide eyes and a yawn. "Breezy," you growled, narrowing your eyes and planting your hands on your hips. Even with your eyebrows furrowed, you looked playful, a smile quirking up at the edges of your lips. "The nice man wants to pet you." The cat let out another loud meow, and sighing, you said, "Yes, I know, it's hard being such a cute cat. Just get over here already." Hitoshi slowly dropped to his knees. He learned the hard way that feral cats, or cats in general, didn't appreciate fast movements from big creatures. So he kneeled down and let out a hand for Breezy to sniff. Breezy meows. "He likes you," you said quickly, also dropping to your knees. "What? How can you tell?" You shrugged, looking sheepish. I can just tell." Breezy suddenly gets more talkative, and your face gets redder and redder until you scoop him up into your arms and mutter something about needing to go. "Hey," Hitoshi says, staring down at his hand. That's the hand that almost got to pet a cat today. He stands, irritated he didn't even get to pet him yet. But you're long gone. The second time he sees you, you're walking slowly around the neighborhood, looking side to side as if you'd lost something. There's a can of dry cat food rattling in your hands. It takes him a second to catch up, but Hitoshi follows, distinctly aware of all the problems that could crop up from this crackpot plan. He's only met you once, really, and you bailed before anything actually happened. Hitoshi clenches his fist. He regrets not petting such a pretty cat. His foot scuffs on the sidewalk. Before you'd even given him a backwards glance, you scurried off, haphazardly stuffing the tin in your pocket. "Well," Hitoshi thinks, coming to a halt, "I'll just have to try again." The third time he sees you, you're stopping by the cat shelter. You're knee-deep in screaming kittens, giving stern commands that some actually seem to be listening to, and pouring food in a set of bowls. The cats run happily towards it before you've even finished pouring, tails waving slowly or standing straight at attention. You look proud of your babies and give one a gentle pat. The door jingles as he walks in, and the warmth and cacophonous sound hits him all at once. It's almost stifling. It's just on the edge of too loud. It's right where he wants it to be. "Hello," you call, not bothering to look at who's coming in, and when you do, Hitoshi can read a small "oh no" on your lips. Interesting. Hitoshi doesn't bother greeting you immediately. By the sheepish look on your face, you remember your earlier meetings with him. He gives a shallow bow, instantly moving towards the large cage all the animals are situated in. You'd already garnered something important from him when you'd first met him, his curiosity, and that had gotten your attention. "What's your name?" he asks. Strangely, he keeps his eyes trained firmly on the orange tabby he's petting, face carefully shifted to a neutral expression. You sound distracted when you give it to him, and Hitoshi rolls the sound around on his tongue. "It's nice, I'm Shinsou." "It's nice to finally have your name, Shinsou," you say with a strained smile, finagling a loud calico who's meowing up at you and then back at the food bowl. But the cries of that cat have attracted the attention of the others, and now many of them swarm and purr and chirp at your feet, rubbing their heads against whatever they can reach with purrs that would rival motors in terms of sound. You continually look more flustered, and Shinsou wonders if you're new here. He's certainly never seen you around before. "Do you need help?" he asks. The bluntness of his statement makes you grow impossibly redder. No, I've worked here for a while. I'm not new. They're just very talkative today." He gave a shy laugh, unable to look him in the eye. Hitoshi dangles a feather in front of one of the strays, bothering him instead of you, and waits patiently for a coherent answer. "They're just... okay, so, my quirk lets me talk to cats, right?" You slowly drop on your knees, a fond but embarrassed expression on your face. "And when you first saw me in the alley with the cat who ran away, he said you were cute for a human, and I should... Anyway, he ran back and told his shelter friends, these guys, and now they're saying I should, get to know you better, but like in the way cats do." He has to admit that surprised him a little, and now that he's looking, you are kind of cute. "Can you translate it for me?" The shocked look that crops up nearly makes him bark a laugh. "Oh, you really are cute." You point to the orange one nuzzling up against his leg. Peaches, she keeps telling me to sit on your lap." Then the calico from earlier, Butter, says, "Butter?" Shinsou interrupts, trying to pet all of the cats, crowding him now equally and fight down his flirtatious thoughts. He definitely can't help the small smirk though. Defensively, you reply, "The little girl who dropped her off here named her, not me." And Hitoshi shrugs. "I never said it was a bad name." "You sure implied it," you mutter, crossing your arms. "Anyway, Butter says I should show you my tummy and that your hands are nice. A lot of the cats are saying that, actually. One says I should put a mouse in your shoe, though, and, I'm not doing that." Hitoshi pretends to think for a moment. His battle with his desire to flirt is lost. "Do you think my hands are nice?" Your previously dying blush raged again, and Hitoshi watches with a small grin as your gaze goes from his hands, to his lips, to his face, to his hands. He can't stop the small laugh that escapes him either. Hitoshi stands. "How about I give you my number? Then we can figure out just how right the cats really are." There's a myriad of sounds from the cats and kittens, and you laugh and meow back. They say you want to pet me and I should lick your face. He restrains himself from saying something else about licking. It's more for your sake than his, despite the blush on his face. "So," Hitoshi asks instead, "your number?" You beam as you pull out a phone. "You know what? I really wouldn't mind if we found out after all." Alright, so that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to the author for letting me read this. Music link, fanfic link, Discord link, and thumbnail art link will all be in the description, so go check those out. If you're in the live chat, thank the moderators. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!